Yesterday, protests across the country against President Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Thousands gathered at state capitals and in major cities across the country, including Boston, New York, Washington, D.C. near us as well. Right now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is meeting with Russian officials to talk about an end to Moscow's war with Ukraine, a conversation, interestingly enough, that's being held without Ukraine. Meanwhile, at home, a top official from a major government office is in the works of being replaced. A lot of moving pieces as CBS's Jared Hill has the latest on the White House's actions.
This morning, the White House is confirming on social media another major shakeup in the federal government. Over the weekend, the acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration stepped down. President Donald Trump has already nominated his replacement. The head of advocacy group Social Security Works told CBS News there had been clashes when members of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, tried to gain access to the Social Security Administration's main database. This as President's Day protests erupted from D.C. to Dallas, with many questioning the strategy of DOGE.
There are things that do need to be cut. There is waste, but it needs to be done in a manner that Congress is involved in.
Overnight, a major move for Trump-era foreign policy, as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The talks in Saudi Arabia as President Trump pushes for a deal to end Russia's 3-year invasion into Ukraine.
I think he wants to stop fighting.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country was not invited to the negotiations and said any deal made without Ukraine will not be recognized. Monday in Paris, French President Emmanuel Macron hastily gathered European and NATO leaders to discuss the conflict on their continent, with President Trump's administration planning to negotiate directly with Russia. Jared Hill, CBS News.